From the towering skyscrapers of New York City to the sun-drenched beaches of California, from the majestic peaks of the Rocky Mountains to the vast plains of the Midwest, the United States of America is a country of incredible diversity and endless fascination. But what exactly is the USA? How did it come to be? And what makes it tick? Today, we're taking a deep dive into the story of this global superpower. Let's start with the basics. The United States is the world's third largest country by both land area and population, home to over 330 million people. It's a federal republic made up of 50 states, a federal district, Washington, D.C., the nation's capital, and several overseas territories. This structure is key. Each state has its own government and laws, but they all operate under a federal system established by the U.S. Constitution. This document, signed in 1787, is the supreme law of the land and a cornerstone of American identity. It outlines a system of government with three branches: the legislative, the executive, and the judicial. This separation of powers, along with a system of checks and balances, was designed to prevent any one branch from becoming too powerful. But how did we get here? The story of the USA begins long before 1776. For thousands of years, the land was inhabited by diverse groups of Native Americans, each with their own rich cultures and societies. The arrival of European colonists in the 5th, 10th, and 16th centuries marked a dramatic and often tragic turning point. Spanish, French, Dutch, and British settlers established colonies, bringing with them new technologies, diseases, and ideas about land ownership that clashed with native ways of life. The British established 13 colonies along the Atlantic coast. Over time, these colonies developed a unique identity, separate from their mother country. Tensions grew over issues of taxation and representation, famously summarized by the slogan, "No taxation without representation." These frustrations boiled over into the American Revolutionary War. On July 4, 1776, the colonies declared their independence, a bold move articulated in the Declaration of Independence, a document that proclaimed that all men are created equal with certain inalienable rights, including life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. These ideals have been a powerful, if not always perfectly realized, force throughout American history. After a long and difficult war, with crucial help from allies like France, the colonies won their independence, and the United States of America was born. The 19th century was a period of massive expansion and profound change. The concept of manifest destiny, the belief that the nation was destined to expand across the continent, drove westward settlement. This expansion came at a great cost to Native American populations, who were forcibly removed from their ancestral lands. The country grew with the Louisiana Purchase, the acquisition of Texas and California, and other territories. This era also saw waves of immigration, primarily from Europe, with people seeking economic opportunity and religious freedom. They flocked to growing cities and frontier towns, contributing to the nation's burgeoning industrial economy. However, a deep and bitter divide was growing within the country over the issue of slavery. The southern states' economy was heavily dependent on the labor of enslaved African Americans, while the northern states were moving toward abolition. This conflict culminated in the American Civil War, from 1861 to 1865, the deadliest conflict in American history. The Union, representing the northern states, ultimately prevailed, and slavery was abolished. The period that followed, known as Reconstruction, was an attempt to rebuild the South and integrate formerly enslaved people into society as citizens. While it had some successes, it ultimately fell short, and the struggle for civil rights would continue for another century. The late 19th and early 20th centuries are often called the Gilded Age and the Progressive Era. It was a time of rapid industrialization, technological innovation, and massive fortunes built by titans of industry like Rockefeller and Carnegie. It was also a time of stark inequality, difficult working conditions, and crowded urban slums. In response, the progressive movement pushed for reforms to curb corporate power, improve urban life, and expand democracy. The 20th century saw the United States rise to become a dominant global power. The country's involvement in World War I and, more decisively, World War II, transformed its international standing. The post-war era was marked by the Cold War, a decades-long ideological struggle against the Soviet Union. This period shaped American foreign policy, fueled a nuclear arms race, and even propelled the space race. which culminated in the historic moon landing in 1969. At home, the post-war years were a time of economic prosperity and the growth of a suburban middle class, but the promise of America was not shared equally. The civil rights movement of the 1950s and 60s, led by figures like Martin Luther King Jr., used nonviolent protests to challenge segregation and racial discrimination. Landmark legislation like the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965 were major victories in the long fight for equality, a fight that continues to this day. So, what is the United States today? Economically, it has the largest economy in the world, driven by a diverse range of industries from technology and finance to agriculture and entertainment. Silicon Valley in California is the global hub of tech innovation. Wall Street in New York is the center of global finance, and Hollywood is synonymous with the film industry. The American dollar is the world's primary reserve currency, underscoring the country's economic influence. Culturally, the USA is a melting pot. Its culture is a vibrant mix of traditions from around the globe, shaped by centuries of immigration. This diversity is reflected in its food, music, and art. From jazz and blues, born in the African-American communities of the South, to rock and roll, hip-hop, and Hollywood movies, American popular culture has a massive global reach. This cultural export is often called soft power, influencing trends and attitudes worldwide. The geography of the United States is as diverse as its people. The East Coast features bustling cities and rolling hills. The Midwest, often called the nation's breadbasket, is known for its vast, fertile plains. And let's not forget Alaska, with its subarctic wilderness, and Hawaii, a tropical paradise. This geographical variety allows for an incredible range of lifestyles and economic activities. Politically, the country is dominated by a two-party system. The Democrats and the Republicans, while they have different platforms and ideologies, they have historically shifted their positions over time. American politics can be passionate and sometimes deeply divided, but democratic participation through voting remains a core value. Of course, the United States faces significant challenges. Issues like economic inequality, political polarization, healthcare costs, and racial tensions are subjects of intense national debate. The American experiment has always been a work in progress, a constant striving to live up to its founding ideals. The nation's history is a complex tapestry of triumphs and failures, of progress and setbacks. It's a story of a diverse people from every corner of the globe coming together, clashing and collaborating to build a nation. From the ideals enshrined in the Constitution to the innovations of Silicon Valley, from the struggles of the Civil War to the triumphs of the Civil Rights Movement, the story of the United States is one of constant reinvention and relentless forward motion. It's a country built on the idea of liberty, opportunity, and the pursuit of happiness. And understanding its journey, with all its complexities, is key to understanding the world we live in today. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video interesting, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world around us. Let us know in the comments what other topics you'd like us to explore next.